All right.
Whipple, whipple. My name is Flower, and I'm a scavenger. I'm into fire.
You're trying to be noisy now.
Whipple.
All right. So we are back here now. Yesterday we finished up having finished with our race week stuff. This is the first time that I've ever played a game of Red, White, and Blue Racing, and my daughter decided she wanted to participate. So she's here with me participating. Hi. So I'm kind of going over it for anybody that wants to watch or listen. I'm going to go over how we ended up here with this for my daughter's sake, and then we're just going to work our way through it, I guess. And we're going to figure out how this works.
Can I say something?
What do you need to say?
Hello, my name is Lily. Sorry, I just put my name out there on the internet. I'm good.
So we are racing at the Pocono Raceway, and we are racing the Great Wolf Lodge 400. That's the race that we're racing. So here on the card, you can see it says what kind of raceway it is, how long the race is, and how many turns it is. So this entire race is going to be 40 turns. Essentially, the way that this game works is every turn is 10 miles of race. It's not times you turn around the track, but how many turns you're taking in the game. So here across the top of the board, it shows how many turns we've taken and where we stop at 40 turns. So that's going to be the end of the race right here. It's broken into thirds because repairs happen as you move throughout the track. The triangle is where there's a pit. That means your car is going in to be repaired, to get gas, change tires, that kind of thing. That's what happens at pits. Okay?
All right. So we're going to the Great Wolf Lodge 400
yes,
race.
We're running.
And for this race, because we can use our imagination, they're racing inside the tubes.
What tubes?
Inside the water slide.
This is an actual racetrack.
No, I know. They're going to race down. We can use our imagination. That's the whole point of this. Eventually, I'm going to make a Warrior Cat League for this because apparently my dad told me that we can make our own characters. So I'm going to end up making my own Warrior Cat League here, or maybe a Wings of Fire League. We don't know. I'm talking to people on the internet. Let's go. But they're going to go on the Coyote Canyon toilet bowl.
All 43 of our drivers.
And the pit is in the middle of the toilet bowl before you go backwards.
Over here, this is the driver that's starting in first place, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and then it goes this way, and then same way here. So these guys, this is the top group, this is the middle group, and this is the bottom group. Okay? When on a turn, we're going to end up rolling the black die and the metallic dice. All right? When you roll the black die tells you which group we're looking at. So if we're looking here at our Pocono Raceway, a 1 or a 2 is going to be talking about the top group. A 3 or a 4 is going to be the middle group. A 5 is the bottom group, and a 6 is a duel. Okay?
Is that kind of stuff real in, like, racing?
Kind of.
Or is it kind of like, whenever I hear the word duel, I always think of the game Birth of Burrito.
So a duel is in this game is kind of like two drivers jockeying for a position.
So kind of like when they're going like...
Right, they're going back and forth, and then one of them is trying to overtake the other, and they're getting a little wild or crazy because somebody's trying to take over for somebody else. Then you add together the metallic dice, and down here on the chart tells you what ends up happening on that turn, and we'll deal with it as we come to it. Okay? You want to roll our first dice for our first turn?
Why not?
Go ahead and roll them all together.
Hold on, guys. I gotta
Just do. All right. So we got a 5. So what does that mean?
5 means it's a bottom group.
The bottom group. So that means we're looking in this set of drivers. Okay?
This entire thing that's not on the paper card stuff.
That's right. This is the bottom group of drivers. They're trying to make their way up into the middle. Middle drivers are trying to make their way to the top. Top drivers are trying to take over that very top group of people. Okay? And the 2 numbers on the metallic dice add up to what?
The $2 ones, 9.
I add up to 9. So 9 on our little grid there looks for heat. Looks for heat. So what we're going to end up doing here is looking through drivers, trying to find any drivers that have a heat marker. Okay? So like this Daniel Suarez up here in 43rd position has heat. Eric Jones has heat. Bobby Labonte has heat. Heat. This guy, AJ Allmendinger, does not have heat. So he won't get to take a turn this turn.
Why? Okay, so there's more people with heat, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like Kyle Larson has heat.
Heat.
Yes. Heat.
But why? Okay, is there a reason why some of them are yellow?
Yes, the yellow drivers are the TV drivers. They were determined, they were chosen when I did race week to set up this grid, that these are guys that did special things. So Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, and AJ Allmendinger all crashed during practice. So that's how they ended up back here in the back part of the pack. Jimmy Johnson won pole. Mark Martin, Paul Menard, and Martin Truex Jr. all ended up here in the top. So the yellow guys, get like a special bonus for being a TV driver.
Sorry, guys, your bonus was not so hot.
What I do need to know,
Speaking of heat,
because I don't remember, and man, this is the most interesting thing for anyone to watch ever. What I need to know, what I'm curious about is, yes, we're still here. Don't worry. All I'm recording is a bunch of hands for the internet of people that love to watch hands. Drivers who make it on TV list get that elevated profile. Fast drivers, slow drivers. These are the TV interviews, TV events. I think some of this stuff ended up right. And the guys that were on TV don't necessarily get.
why are they called TV drivers?
Because they ended up on TV during the week. So, like, just as an example, one of the drivers gave an interview that said, "It's like they say in racing, you never know. I guess it was our week to shine." And he got special placement because he gave a TV interview. So the TV drivers are, during setup, you roll the dice, and if they end up on this list, you read what the thing says and then move on to the chart. So like one of these guys here, engine trouble during qualifying. That was bad news for him. So he had engine trouble and he didn't get to participate. He got booted down here. They had to fix his engine in order for him to be able to participate. All right, we're almost there. I've read this rulebook like 4 times and I don't remember all of it.
Quality challenge.
All right, so it goes red, white, blue, right? That's how you read the dice. We have not rolled these yet, though, right? Go ahead and roll these.
Is there like an order that we're supposed to roll them?
Well, you roll black and gray together, and then we'll roll red, white, and blue together. All right, so we got a 2, 5, and 3. Oh no, Kyle Larson! All right, so we go in red, white, and blue. So essentially what ends up happening here is first we're going to do what they call a gas check. The little squares over here indicate their gas pedal, how heavy they are at driving, how good they are at being able to pass somebody, okay? The star means that that's a brake check, which we'll worry about in a minute. We don't have to worry about that piece yet. But as we're going to go through, if they have more gas pedals than they have.
You lost me a long time ago.
All right.
You just said a bunch of words.
Hold on. Look. Okay. So these rectangles, see all these drivers have rectangles on them?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just the colors match their car, kind of. The more gas pedal icons they have, the faster they are at passing. Right, driving past other drivers. Okay, Austin Dillon only has 3. Joey Logano has 5. So he's
Labonte.
there are 2 Labonis that
you. It's a joke. Labonte with lemon and cheese.
Do.
Now we need some Dave Lookouts.
starting with the last driver in the group. So what you end up doing then is comparing if the driver is equal to or less than the driver's rating, he's got enough gas to make the pass. Okay, he's passing gas. So he's got the red die represents challenger strength and it's compared to the driver's gas pedal. If equal to or less than the rating, he's got the gas. So we're looking at Daniel Suarez. He's got a 3, right?
Yeah.
We rolled a 2, so he's good enough to be able to pass somebody.
Are we going through every single driver
that has heat in this bottom section?
What? What? But I thought you guys just got to make your own characters and watch them race.
No, you've got to make them race. You've got to make them race.
I want to watch Squirrel Flight, and her sister Leah pull a ballad out for the win. And then Jay better be like, I can't see.
So the white die indicates the driver in the next group who's being challenged. So the guy that's in number 5, right? The white die indicates the driver in the next group who's being challenged. So use the red die to determine whether it's left or right. So it's even side. We're always challenging on this side of the 5 die. Right here, Kevin Harvick is who's being challenged. Okay? Then the blue die represents the challenged driver's ability to respond as compared to the challenged driver's brake pedal. If equal to or less than the driver's rating, he fends off the challenge regardless. Okay? Okay.
Repeat.
We're going to go through this, and we're going to see how this works out. So Daniel Suarez has 3. He's got a 2. He's fast enough to be able to make the pass. Okay?
So
He is challenging the number 5 even driver.
Why is he challenging the 5 even number?
This indicates which die on the above group, right? So if we were doing people in this group, we'd be looking at the die here on this part of the grid. Okay? In the middle group, see how it says odd and even?
Yeah.
The way that the red die rolls determines which side of that column you're looking at. If this had been a 1, 3, or 5, we'd be looking at the left, but it's an even die, so we're looking at the right of the 5. The spot here for Kevin Harvick is being challenged.
Cool. What?
And then number 3 is the brake.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the side where the curves go. And then they like
The
stop.
brake pedal. If equal to or less than the driver's rating, he fends off the challenge.
Wait, die is spelled like that?
What?
I thought that like dies in board games were D-Y-E.
No.
Or is that just like typing?
The maximum number of brake pedals is that. Oh, look at that. Their example in the book is for the bottom group using heat. Denny Hamlin's in the bottom and has heat, so he gets to participate. We roll it, and they get 2, 1, 3. It's not quite what we have, but it's close. 2 is within Hamlin's 5 squares, so he gets a challenge. He's going after the 1 in the middle group. And then the blue die is 3, 1 burst symbol plus a bonus break for Gordon having heat himself.
What is heat and why is heat like?
Okay.
So we've got reflex, we've got control. So rare, TV, turbo, reflex, star control, skill, heat, smart, problem, skill, with a cross.
Right. So every one of these drivers has different skill sets. You can have as many as 6. So I don't know if I have. So like here, Kevin Harvick has 5 of them. Reflex, star, control, smart, and skill. Those are the 5 skill sets he has. If the driver has the same skill as what we're checking against, which in this case is heat, they get an extra buff to their brake. So right now he's got a star of 2. If he were if he had heat, he'd get another bump. And if you were in the top group, he would get another bump.
Dad, do you realize how complicated this is? You realize how complicated this is, right?
So if I'm doing this right, here's what I think happens. Daniel Suarez
Yeah.
is Daniel Suarez is fast enough to take on Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick has 2 stars, which is not enough to beat this. So I believe Kevin Harvick loses and goes and takes Daniel Suarez takes his spot. So now, though, we need to figure out what happens with Eric Jones because we need to check him out.
We need to do every single one. How long is this game? And then what do we do after we're done heat?
This is turn 1. There's 40 turns. 40. If you would like to go about your day. I don't know what the. Let's see. What does a star mean?
I know you were asking the wrong person.
In addition, there's 6 possible nuts and bolts. Possible qualities. Certain drivers have double qualities, giving them an extra advantage. Okay, so.
All you said was you would watch the Braves play up by
yes,
kind of like stuffed fables. This is nothing like stuffed fables. This is nothing like stuffed fables, or like the game with the kids with the superpowers, and they would Sharpette with the Rat King. He was like
RPG kids. RPG kids.
The Rat King went, my crowd.
It's a bonus burst. If it's starred, he gets 2 bonus. Okay. So does he get a star if it's... Yeah, he's extra good at it? That's the problem chart, just in case there's problems. All right, so here we go. I think I've got this now.
Guys, the problem chart is double-sided.
It is, just in case there's lots of problems. Don't... Camo! Gonna boot you out of here. Chart calls for a challenge from the top. Two drivers swap positions. Yeah, so they literally swap spots. Kevin Harvick has fallen all the way to the back of the pack, somewhere in that first 10 drives. Now we go to Eric Jones here. Eric Jones has 4. He's good to pass it.
All right.
Going against Mr. Daniel Suarez, because it's the do I re-roll? No, right? I've got to use the same check against everybody, right? It's got to be.
So for this entire heat thing, we're going against whoever's here. In the even 5 spot. Daniel Suarez.
For each driver in the indicated quality, if the roll is triples, discard the challenge. So all right. I think so. My microphone here is really hot. It sounds really hot. We're going to turn that down a little bit and see if that helps at all. Little bit. Little hot. There we go.
Sorry, family.
I don't know if it's the right loudness or not. So what I don't know is, am I supposed to re-roll for every driver? Or do I stick with the same... It says quality or nuts and bolts. Most drivers have 2 to 4 of these qualities. This is where the car is banging out on the track. It says, check the middle driver. For each driver, roll the red, white, and blue dice. So I'm guessing that we actually re-roll this every time. That seem right? That seem right? We're going to go back over here. I was watching somebody else's YouTube video that helped me learn how to do things. A shout out to somebody else's.
Shout out.
Yeah, it looks like he's.
Please stand by.
I'm going.
Number 5. So the 4 is going to be enough. So we'll switch. Wayne Montana moves up to 6th place. And Kurt Bryson falls all the way to 15. Moving on.
Yeah, it's a re-roll every time. All right.
I do it.
Okay, go for it. Red, white, and blue. Now we are checking Eric Jones. That makes sense, because otherwise everybody would continue to battle for the Daniel Suarez spot. We got a 1, 4, 5.
No.
That was a 5. All right. So we got his driver. He passes gas. We got a 4 right here on the odd side. Denny Hamlin. He does not have heat. He's only got 2 stars to the 5 blue, which means what?
He's got 2 stars to 5 blue, which means that he moves up.
I think you're right. Want to do it?
So
Eric Jones, I think, is taking Denny Hamlin's spot.
Who's taking Hamlin?
Right there, number 11.
Why are we challenging?
Because he's on the odd side of the number 4.
Okay, so what do we compare the 5s?
First, you have to check if he's got the speed. His 4 is greater than the 1. So we're good. The white die decides.
Why does he need to be greater than
He needs to have more gas than the die that comes up. So if we rolled a 5 here, he's not fast enough to make the pass.
Okay.
Then you use the white die to determine who we're racing against. And in this case, it is Denny Hamlin, because it's the 4 odd based on the red die. Odd or even chooses the side here.
Yes.
And then the 5 is the brake check. This should be, if this number, and I don't know why I keep struggling with this one, if it is equal to or less than the driver's rating. So the blue die, if this has to be less, the driver that's defending. So he's got 2 brakes.
Which one are we
We're going against Denny Hamlin. So
are we doing the stars or are we doing the
stars are brakes, rectangles are gas, right? So this is the guy that's ahead in the race. He is trying to fend off Eric Jones, keep him at bay, right? So he's only got 2 stars. He does not have a heat check, so he can't get a bonus out of it. And he's not getting anything because he's in the middle group. Eric Jones takes Denny Hamlin's spot.
Or let's go Labonte.
All right, does he have heat? He does.
Labonte!
Red, white, blue. Bobby Labonte does not have enough gas. He does not move.
He never does. Labontes are all. Sorry, it's Labonte. I know this is a real person in real life, but we had a soccer game that we played once, and there was this character that was named Labonte, and he was the worst person on the team.
He was not.
He was stand in front of the goal and do nothing, eating and milking his lemon and cheese sandwich.
If it is equal to or less than, he's got enough gas. So we rolled a 5 here. Rolled a 5. He's only got 4 gas. Juan Pablo Montoya does not get to move. Matt Kenseth. Oh, we're moving cars.
What do we use the black one for?
The black one is just what I'm just moving it along so that we are using that to keep track, because that's what shows the bottom group. Just kind of using it as a marker. Here's our red, white, blue. We've got, does he pass gas?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
All right. We are competing against number 2.
2 group, and
on
that means we're going to the even side.
Yep.
And let me do this. All right. He's got a 1 star.
We don't need to worry about his star because he's not braking.
Oh.
We're trying to pass him
Why isn't he trying to brake?
because he's on the gas. He's driving fast.
So
He's
got
trying to
1
hold them
star.
off.
So he means he switch up?
Yep. Matt Kenseth and Casey Kane switch spots. Next, Eric Almirola. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Not enough gas for Eric. Who's our next driver?
None.
Chris Boucher.
Not enough gas.
Not enough gas. Who's next? Kyle Larson, TV driver Kyle Larson.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's got enough gas.
He's got enough gas. So then we're going to go to the 4 group, and then we're going to go to the even side.
Nope, odd side. Because it's based on the die of the red die.
I keep thinking it's based off of this.
Yep.
Why is it based off of that?
That's just how it is.
All right. So we're going to go Eric Jones against Kyle Larson. And he's got 1 star, and that is less than that, so they swap.
Hold on. He actually gets a bonus because he has the trait of heat. None of the other guys we've compared against has had the heat. You've got it.
Okay, can you explain to me how this swapping and catching up works?
Yes.
That's the part I don't understand. I understand everything else until we get to this part.
All right. So this die and these rectangles determine how fast someone's driving. They're putting their foot on the gas to go, right? So this is the car that's defending. This is the blue die, right? This is the blue die, and they're just driving around the track, and the red tries trying to go. The blue driver is using the brakes to try to stay in their way. Okay? So if this guy's got enough gas, then we know we can check against the brakes. The braking driver gets this many brakes. Okay, so in this case of who were you comparing against? 4-1. It's Eric Jones. He's got 1 star. Okay? If the driver has the same trait as what we're checking, so right now it's heat, they get another star. So that gives him a 2nd star. Okay? Because it's a starred trait, he actually gets 2 bonuses, where none of the other guys we've compared against had heat already. So he's going to get 1, 2, 3. He'd get 3 stars.
Why does he get 2?
Because he's got heat with a star on it.
Okay.
If it were just heat, he would get 1 to add on to this to bump it. So he's sitting at 3 stars. Okay. And according to the rule book, if equal to or less than the driver's rating, he fends it off. It is equal to, so he's got a 3. Kyle Larson does not get the pass. He is stuck there.
That's the first one we've had released.
David Reagan, nothing. Marcus Ambrose, nothing. David Gilliland, nothing.
Next
Jeff Burton. Next guy. That's a lady.
Woo,
That's Danica Patrick.
How Danica Patrick?
All right, Danica, what do we got? Does she pass gas?
She does.
All right, who are we competing against?
We're going in the 6th section, and then we're going on this side.
Yep.
It's even. And does she make it?
All right, so we're taking on Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon's got 2 stars, right?
Yeah.
Equal to or less than, is it? He's got 2 stars. He doesn't have a heat rating, so he doesn't get any extra bumps. Yeah. Jeff Gordon gets passed by Danica Patrick.
Woo! Danica Patrick!
Jeff Gordon has found his way sliding to the back of the pack there. Casey Mears, Ricky Stenhouse, Landon Castle, Austin Dillon. That guy, I don't know who it is. Matt D. Benedetto. We have Chase Elliott.
Oh, Chase Elliott.
Do Chase Elliott. Red, white, blue.
All right,
He's got gas.
And then we're going to go to the 4th section, and then we're on this side.
We're taking on Eric Jones again. Taking on Eric Jones.
How many times have we had him? 3?
Eric Jones. He moved up into this group, and then 5. He's got 1 break. Eric Jones gets passed. Chase Elliott. Sorry, Eric Jones. It was great while it lasted.
Sorry, Chase. I almost skipped over you.
And then Kurt Busch. Here's our last one. Boom. Red, white, blue. Joey Logano's got gas. He passed 2 on the odd side. Brad Keselowski. He's got 2 stars with no extra bump. 6. He gets passed.
I like Kurt Busch's car.
It's a monster car. You can see the fake monster driving. I think we just finished our first turn.
Yay! We've got 39. Guys, stay tuned. We might need to put some music in here.
No, we're not putting music in. What's the fun in
Cue
that?
the music.
Why are you yelling in my ear hole?
Cue the music.
Jimmy Johnson
Alright, this is the Great Wolf Lodge 400.
has held on, finished turn 1.
Did you actually call it the Great Wolf Lodge 400? Is that what you named it by yourself? Or
Yes.
did you just call it the Great Wolf Lodge?
No, I called it the Great Wolf Lodge 400. I don't think there's a Great Wolf Lodge 400.
Alright, Google.
All right, next we're gonna roll. Figure out what group we're looking at now. No, we gotta roll the metallic with it. Roll it all at once.
I don't understand what the black die has to do.
You'll see. All right.
Alright, so then this adds up to a 7.
Okay. And over here, remember on our raceway card,
We're doing
the number
control.
determines the group that we're looking at. So the black die, 4 means we're talking about the middle group. Last time we were in the bottom group because we rolled a 5. This time we rolled a 4. So we're looking at the middle group of drivers this time.
Alright, so we've got
7 for control. All right, so we're basically going to do like we did before. We're going to look at each of these drivers and figure out who has an opportunity to move. They're going to be trying to move up into the top group.
Alright, so first we've got Brian Vickers.
Don't forget your blue.
I don't need black.
I need to know what these TV drivers get. Why does it matter? What am I missing? I'm missing something.
Dad misses something? Wow.
I am missing something.
White. Blue. He has enough to pass. And we're going to a 4 section.
So it's going to be this chart here. There's only one card, so we don't need to worry about the...
And it's on the odd side.
You don't need to worry about it because there's only one card in each spot. All right. So it's 4. It's Paul Menard who's being challenged. We got 1 star,
Which is less.
2 star. Because he's up in this group, he
What?
gets an extra
You
bonus.
didn't tell me that.
Because we haven't worried about this one. If they're the race leader, they get 2 bonus stars. So he's got 2 stars. We only rolled a 1. So what happens?
So he's got 2 stars and he only pulled a 1. So Brian Vickers does not get to move.
He doesn't get to move. Paul Menard gets to hold his space. Nope. Does she have control? Nope. Don't need to worry about control. Keep going. Looks like Tony Stewart is our next guy. Go ahead.
Does he have control?
He does. Right there.
If anyone noticed, yes, I did draw on my hat today.
That's okay.
Red, white, blue. Red does. Yes, he absolutely has enough. And then we're going to the 6th group. And he's got 2, but he's got 3.
Mhm.
And that means
He's
that,
actually got 4 because he's also got control. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
So that means he doesn't get passed.
Yep, that's right. He's going to stay there. Kyle Busch holds his spot.
All right. Control. No.
Oh, we're back to Kurt Busch again.
Who wants to pass? Then we have to worry about those scary blue tiles over there.
What's that?
There's scary blue tiles over here.
Those are performance chips, but I haven't quite figured out how you get those yet. That's what I'm trying to look through the rules, trying to find it as you're moving guys in our track.
Red, white, blue. Does he have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's equal
It's
to it.
equal to or less than they get to, right?
All right.
I think. If it is equal to or less than, he's got enough gas. Martin Truex Jr.
Do you think he gets passed?
He's got a total of
He's got
3. He has 3. So it's a 5 die. So yes, he gets past. Martin Truex Jr. falling down to 11th place on that turn.
Yikes. Is this realistic?
Well, so yes, it is pretty realistic because while we're talking about as a turn, every turn is 10 miles. Right? So we're not seeing everything that's happened, but in 10 miles, Martin Truex Jr. fell to 11th place. Kurt Busch climbed himself up to 3rd. So yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about this track itself is 2.5 miles. So you're looking at 4 times around the track, he's climbed through spaces.
All right, so are we moving on to Matt, or are we keeping him
Nope.
here?
He has lost his spot. We're moving on to Matt Kenseth.
But he's got control.
That's okay because he got his butt kicked down here. He's lost his spot there.
No, my blue.
You see it?
Okay, stand by.
Oh, you rolled a die and lost it. There you go.
The die didn't want to be abused anymore. Alright, red. We've got 2. Yes, he gets to do it. And then we're facing up the number 1 spot. And he has got 1, 2 stars. So
he's got
he get
he's got
past?
1, 2. It's 2 or less he fends off.
Okay, so he fends it off.
He should be. Greg Biffle should stay in his spot.
And what was this? It was 4.
It doesn't really matter. We're just using it for the middle group. And then we got Carl Edwards to do yet.
Number 99. Is there number 100?
No, can't have 100. You can have 00.
Got enough gas. 4 spot.
Oh, Paul Menard.
Oh no.
Did Paul Menard lose his spot?
Yeah. He did because he's only got 1, 2 stars.
Yeah, he got 2 stars. Oh man, Matt Kenseth has climbed up into fifth place.
I think I did the wrong ones. Sorry, Carl Edwards.
Are we looking at Dale Earnhardt Jr.? Oh no, you're right. You're right.
No, you did, Matt. Sorry.
All right, Paul Menard, you fell back.
And we're done with round 2.
I don't. All
You
right.
guys hear me in the microphone?
Yes, they can hear you. I can see it bouncing on the little tracker.
Okay.
So I know that I should be able to find this, but I don't understand why it matters.
We'll find out when we get there.
But what I'm saying is I don't understand why it matters. I feel like I'm missing something for a driver that is a TV driver. Like, why do I care? Outside of the fact that it was fun and added to my story.
Maybe just add this to the story, I guess.
Oh, are we on turn 3? I have to mark it. All right, is Jimmy Johnson still in the lead? He hasn't moved.
He's moved for doing the middle group again.
No, we got a duel.
Oh wait.
All right, so duels are different. We have to learn how to do duels. And
Learning.
yeah, that's what you do. Just give me a second here. I want to see here.
Duel. It sounds like a word in Spanish.
Certain advantages for being on TV. Each of the TV list results will conclude there using the placement guidelines. I don't know what I'm missing. Performance chips, ending the race, suggestions and hints. What am I missing? Man, this is... track adjustments, pit skip. Well, you know what? Here. It's okay. We're just gonna... I mean, I guess the TV guys, maybe it's just to kind of keep track of knowing which guys ended up where they were because they got that position as a result of doing something on TV. I don't know. It's fine. Here we go. We're going to do a duel. Here we go, Lily. We're going to go do a duel. Whenever you roll a 6, the duel table on board A, right here, okay, for each instigating driver, you choose a target. What's our metallic dice total?
All right, 3.
It says the number 3 car in the top group. So Mr. Mark Martin is instigating a duel, I guess. Roll the red die. Go ahead and roll the red die.
Just the red one?
Yep, just red. It's a 6. If the red die is equal to or less than the gas pedal rating, he wins the duel.
What's the gas pedal rating?
The rectangles.
Who are we choosing?
I don't know who we're racing against. We're figuring it out. So that's our guy here.
Have you done duel yet?
Top instigating a duel. So basically, based on for instigating driver, the example, you roll a race cam, resulting in a 6 and total of 5 on the dice, resulting in top 5 car, number 5 car in the top group is getting a duel. Let's say it's Kenseth there. Kenseth can choose to duel any driver in the top group, presumably one higher in the group. We'll say he's going for the number 1 position in the group occupied by Robbie Gordon. You roll the red die against Kenseth's gas pedal rating. If you roll any number other than a 6, he wins the duel, gains a performance chip, and Gordon is in trouble. On a roll of 6, Kenseth loses the duel. Okay, ready? We're just going to give this a go. Number 3 car in the top group is this guy, Mark Martin. He's going to try and take it against Greg Biffle.
Why?
Because he's going to try and take the top spot in the group. That's what we're going with. Okay? That's what we're going with. You rolled the red die. It came out as a 6. If the red die roll is higher than, or is equal to or less than the gas pedal rating on him, which it's not, he wins the duel. The instigating player takes it. However, if it's higher than, the duel fails and the instigating driver gets the trouble result. Now we've got some trouble.
What happened?
I don't know. We're going to find out. Resolve the trouble result as previously explained in trouble. Well, this is the first time we're doing trouble too. So we're just going to go for it.
Why are we in trouble?
Because, so whenever you're a duel, think about the driver kind of going all out. They're pushing the envelope, trying to get ahead of somebody faster than they normally would. He's pushing the envelope, and he failed. He didn't have enough in him. He couldn't get past Greg Biffle, so now he's in trouble, and we have to figure out what happened to his trouble. We've got right here.
We got some drama.
Yes, we've got some drama. These are problems. These are troubles.
Race week.
No. We're racing on turn
In
3.
the Poconos in a Great Wolf Lodge 400.
All right, here you go. When a trouble result occurs, you'll roll the 2 metallic dice. Roll the 2 metallic dice.
Oh,
You roll
sorry.
For each driver in the given group starting from the leading position.
All right, metallic dice.
Uh-oh, hold up. Only for the driver. Okay. Here we go. It says, if the die roll is equal to or less than the driver's escape rating, he avoids problem. Go ahead and roll. His escape is an 8. So he needs...
We've got a 7.
A 6.
Oh, a 6.
A 6.
I can't roll.
If the die roll is equal to or less than, he avoided. So he's got an escape of 8. He's in the clear. Nothing has happened. He's okay. We don't have to send him to the pit. All right, so that's the end of that turn.
All right, I need to roll these 3 again?
Yep, we're going to roll them again.
I hope we don't have to do a duel again. That was annoying.
You didn't like the duel?
No.
Sorry.
No!
It's another duel!
No!
Number 11. Number 3 cars in the middle group. Right here.
Guys, we got another duel. I'm super whiny today.
You are.
I guess.
Number 3 cars in the middle group. We rolled in 11, right?
Yes.
Fuming drivers, angry drivers.
Angry drivers. I wonder what's under that category.
Feuding and fuming. They get angry at each other throughout the
They
race.
get angry and they do this little cartoon thing where they just a big dust ball of people.
So I'm assuming. So I have to do by rolling the red die. So this says the number 3 cars in the middle group. He may decline the opportunity to maintain position. The duels involving the middle group. The driver in the odd half of the box goes first. So we're looking at number 3s right here. Tony Stewart and Clint Boyer. Sure. They're going to go after Michael McDowell. I guess we're doing that right. Right there. Michael McDowell.
Why?
Right? Because it's the highest part in the track. They're going to...
Also, why does he have like a...
I haven't gotten that far yet. I don't know why he's got a caution.
Is he the only one with a caution?
Well, these drivers up here don't get to race. They didn't qualify.
So some people do it. Some people have cautions in there.
Yeah. Some of the drivers just weren't good enough to...
Special Michael McDowell.
Michael McDowell. So Tony Stewart is going to try to do it. Go ahead, and we're going to roll this. It's a 1, right? Resolve it and compare it. If the red die roll is equal to or less, he wins the duel. Tony Stewart is taking that spot from Michael McDowell. He gets a performance chip for doing awesome.
Woo!
That's my first performance chip. I think I'm getting that right. And the target driver gets a trouble. Oh, no. Trouble, maybe, for Michael McDowell.
And he's got that.
He's got...
He's got that.
All right, ready? Roll the metallic dice, and we're going to check against his escape. If it's 8 or less, he's good. Oh, it's a 7. Michael McDowell's okay. Clint Boyer is now going to go after Tony Stewart. Clint Boyer right here. He's the other guy. So go ahead and roll red. It's a 3. Clint Boyer can take on Tony Stewart, but he's going to spend his performance chip and hold his spot. So sorry, Clint Boyer. I have to print them. They only gave like 5 blanks, but I'm going to print them and we'll make some fun ones.
Yay!
All right, I think I did that right. Anybody wants to comment or tell me that I was very wrong? Go for it. But we can at least say that we are done our 4th turn now with double duels. All right, go ahead, Lily. Jimmy Johnson is still in first place after the first 4 turns.
Guys, we have 36 more.
You don't forget this one. You don't have to stay the whole time.
I want to.
Okay. 4. So we're looking at middle group. Oh no, what was that number? This one fell. It was 11. Uh-oh, problem. All right, so we're looking at the middle group for a 4, right? Yep, middle group. All right. We're just going to get all these different things. How do problems work? Resolving problem. Oh, there's a chart for it, right? There's a chart for problem. Resolving problems. Roll the red and white dice. Roll them together. Red is going to be the first number.
Oh, dang it.
The race cam rolls, middle group. First determine drivers effective if necessary. What did you do now?
Red die.
Now you got to find it. Okay, good job. Roll on the driver finder chart first to determine which driver has the problem. All right, hold on. We might need to do something different. No, roll red and white together. Oh no! What does that mean? Double. What was our? We got a 4, so we're looking at middle group. The problem is a 66. Driver number 6, even side, right here. Oh no, Danica Patrick.
Oh no, Danica Patrick. Danica Patrick, no.
All right, all right, Danica Patrick. Ready?
This is the most dramatic thing ever.
On rare result, determine the driver, then the problem finder chart. All right, roll red and white. What do we got? 46? 46. smacks wall, internal damage, roll for repair. Oh no, Danica Patrick has mucked up her car. All right, so we are on the first third of the race. That's this section here, right? We are rolling for repair. Roll for repair. She is a pit crew. Is it pit crew value of D? That's not good. First third of the race, a value of 8. This is problem or trouble? No, this is a problem. D5. Check the driver's pit crew grade. Repair roll. Roll both the metallic dice. If the dice roll is greater than the repair, the car cannot be repaired and she's out of the race. Danica Patrick. Go ahead, Danica Patrick. Roll. It's 9. Oh no, that's a big problem. Find the driver. I just want to reread it one more time.
Is she out?
I think she has crashed and is out of the race.
No!
The die roll of 9 indicates the car cannot be repaired. The problem will trigger a fill gap, and a yellow flag resulted. 1 yellow flag. Oh my goodness, we are just getting everything thrown at us all of a sudden.
Why? This game is like so juicy. It's crazy. What
It's
is
juicy.
happening?
So
I don't know, I couldn't find the word.
Danica Patrick has crashed.
No, Danica Patrick.
On turn. We're gonna just log this. Turn 4. No, turn 5. Danica Patrick crashed.
Wait, did you say died?
No, she did not die. She crashed. D. Patrick crashed. All right, so Danica Patrick has left a spot there on the track. We now need to go through. If you roll equal to or less, they repair, but the car goes to the bottom. We now need to do fill a gap and a yellow flag. How do you know if a yellow flag happened? What does that mean? Filling a gap and yellow flag. In a yellow flag turn, no race cam actions are representing downtime. If a yellow flag occurs during a pit turn, well, how do I know if a yellow flag? Is that actually on the problem chart? Yes, that actually shows up on the chart. So she just hit the wall. There is no yellow flag. So we just go through and do the fill the gap. Hold on. Filling a gap. When a driver in the top or middle group of the race gets collected or has a problem. Oh no, hold on. There's also another thing that pit skip, the big one, dual charge, track adjustments. I don't know how some of this stuff works. Some of these pieces are like bigger deal things that I'll just have to learn as I go. There is a way to make it so that if there's a crash, it affects all the other drivers the whole way down the race. So that if she crashed, she might have taken everybody out after her. But I don't know how that works. So I'll just, for now, she's the only one that's crashing, and I'll worry about that later. When a driver in the top middle or the race leader gets collected or has a problem, leave an open space on the board. You need to fill in the open spaces. First, move all the drivers in the group toward the front. So Brian Vickers gets a free spot because Danica Patrick has crashed and is out. Those spaces will be filled with drivers from the next group. If the yellow flag comes out, if no yellow, roll the red die against gas pedal of the top driver. Red die. We're rolling against Joey Logano. If not, check. If you roll equal, it's a 5. Equal to or less than, he moves into the vacant space. All right. Joey Logano, and now everybody moves up. We are down to 42 drivers. Danica Patrick did not finish. Sorry, Danica. You tried. You crashed at the Great Wolf Lodge 400. One problem. Montoya moves up.
These cars are an absolute battlefield. What is that?
Poor Danica Patrick. She has crashed. I should be able to put like DNF. I see. This is the kind of thing with this kind of game. I'm the kind of person that's going to be like, I'm going to throw this all in an Excel sheet and I'm going to keep track of all of it so that I can go back and be like, Danica Patrick crashed 5 times while I raced her. All right. That's the end of that turn. Ready? Next. We are on to turn 6. What do we got? 4 is middle group again? Or 3 is middle group? What's our number?
1, 2, 3, middle group. Again.
All right. Skill check. Red, white, blue.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we've got skill.
All right. It's a 5. He's
White,
good.
blue.
Checking against 3 in this group. Burp. Mark Martin. And it's he's got 2 breaks, right? So if he's got more breaks than the die, he's good. He stays. Is that right? Or am I getting it backwards? Why can I not get this right? I keep having to look at the book again. But you've gotten it right too. If equal to or less than, he fends off. Yes. So he has more than the die. If the die has more than the person, they lose. Yes. Yes. All right. Next, skill. Brian Vickers. We're doing skill, right? 4, 1, 6. All right. So he's got not fast enough. Who's next?
Skill.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
Not enough.
He's good. He beats it.
He's got enough. All right.
Take it on Kurt Busch.
2 and
His 2,
1,
3, or
no,
1, 2.
No, 1, 2, 3. He's got skill. Does he?
No, we're looking at Kurt Busch, so there's no skill. We're good. We're looking at skill for Kurt Busch. There is no skill.
2.
So it's 2 stars. The die wins. I need like a cheat sheet that says just like greater than 3. This makes me feel so silly.
I keep forgetting about it too.
If equal to or less than the driver's rating, he fends off. So because it's higher than the driver loses. He's got 1, 2. Kurt Busch loses to Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney takes his spot. Skill on Daniel Suarez. Bunch of skill drivers in here. 2, not fast enough. Whoop, stay there, Bobby. Moving on to Chase Elliott. Not fast enough. No, he's fast enough. He's fast enough.
You got 3 1s.
He's fast enough, yeah. Oh, is that something else? Is there a check for something if you rolled triples? If you roll triples, disregard the challenge and instead roll for a problem. Oh no! All right, who are we? Chase Elliott's got himself a problem. Chase Elliott, what is your problem? Roll your red and white. Red and white. What's our problem?
1.
15?
15.
Yeah, it goes red die first, white die second. I know. 15. Uh-oh, we got a problem, Lily.
What?
Cut tire causes wreck, roll on trouble repair chart, and a yellow flag.
We have got some problems.
All right, so we are in the first third. His pit crew is a C. First third, is this a trouble or a problem? This is a problem. First third is a 7. Ready? He's got to be better than it's got to be 7 or less for him to stay. It's a 5. Chase Elliott is good. And in the result of a problem, see, I need to make a cheat sheet. That's what I need. In the result of a problem, he just goes to the rule book has all the stuff. I just need a cheat sheet that shows if the right roll is greater than cannot be repaired. He goes to the end of the bottom group. Who was that? Chase Elliott? Yeah. Goes all the way down here. Sorry there, buddy. Daniel Suarez moves up. And then do I do a note that on a problem, conduct a rare repair? Do we do a fill the gap then too? Yeah, we'd fill the gap. Roll red. We have to find out if Brad Keselowski's got enough to get up there. He does. Brad Keselowski moves up, and everybody moves down. Want to move everybody?
Yeah,
I'm going to figure out how yellow flag works now. In a yellow flag, no race cam action occurs representing the downtime produced by a yellow flag. If a yellow flag occurs on a pit turn, conduct the pit turn as usual. A race cannot end on a yellow flag. No race cam action. So that means...
These cards.
What does that mean? No race cam action. That's the race cam phase. So I'm guessing that the yellow happened as a crash because of Chase Elliott being a dummy. Come on, Chase Elliott. The yellow flag, I'm assuming, means...
This is one amazing game that we're having here. There's got a lot going on.
So when that says that during yellow flag, no race cam action occurs representing the downtime produced by a yellow flag. Any gaps are filled, make any notes, mark the completion of the turn, and go again. In a yellow flag turn, no race cam action occurs representing the downtime. But what was the race cam action? Nothing, because he crashed. He messed up. So there's nothing else that happens. Nobody moves ahead. But that was our 6th turn, right? And that was turn 6.
Do you have a pit now?
Yes, now we go through pits, and we have to figure out how to do that. Chase Elliott cut his tire. So that was turn 6. All right, ready? Pits.
My dad is cracking up, guys.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Whenever I watched other people play this on YouTube, I'm looking, I was like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. And I was like, yeah, we're just going to roll the dice, and here's what you do on your turn. And I'm like, deer in headlights. Pit turn to determine based on the length of the race. On a pit turn, instead of rolling the black and metallic dice, read the black and metallic dice differently. Metallic dice will be used to swap drivers in the top and middle groups.
We're just humble people. We're just
First-
trying to play a board game. And this happens.
First, what? Pit turns are predetermined. All right, so we know when our pits are. All right, roll our black and metallic
What
dice.
happened to the guy with the point?
He used it so that Clint Boyer couldn't pass him again.
All right, so what are we doing?
So roll the black and metallic together. We'll figure out what to do next. Metallic dice. All right. Oh my goodness, you and your double one. Why snake eyes? What does that even mean?
Why am I laughing so
All
bad?
right. So box 1, we're looking at if 5 is the bottom group.
Are we doing
Right.
pits?
We are doing pits.
5 is the bottom.
If you roll doubles, no drivers switch positions. Instead, the drivers in that numbered box are considered to have committed a pit rules violation, and both move to the bottom of the group. Well, that's not helpful at all because we rolled a 5. On a pit turn, instead of rolling black and metallic and checking the chart, first, the metallic dice are used to reorder both top and bottom. Top and middle groups. Oh, in that numbered box are considered to have committed and must move to the end of the bottom group. Use the black die result for fast pit to determine which groups have committed pit violations. Move the drivers to the end of the bottom group and fill the spots pre-described in the trouble section.
Now, you guys can't see my dad's face right now, but if you could, yeah.
All right. On a pit turn, instead of rolling that way. Thus, switch drivers in the 2 boxes and the 5 boxes. Drivers in the 2 boxes with the boxes in the 5 boxes. Okay, but we rolled doubles, which means we're looking at the dudes in the ones. So Greg Biffle, Tony Stewart, Paul Menard. You guys all screwed up, and you're going to the back. If you roll doubles, no drivers switch positions. Instead, the drivers in that number box are considered to have committed a pit rules violation and must move to the end of the bottom group. So Greg Biffle, get down there. Tony Stewart, Paul Menard. All right, all these guys get down there. You messed up going into the pits. Use the black die result for fast pit to determine which groups had drivers commit pit violations. Move the drivers to the end of the bottom group. So our example says on the pit turn, you roll a 1 on the black die and 4s on the metallic. The driver in the top 4 committing goes to the end. On a pit turn, you roll a 1 on the black die and twin 4s on the metallic. The driver in the top group in box 4 has committed a pit violation and must go to the end of the bottom group. Okay. If you roll doubles, it's the drivers in that numbered box are considered. On the pit turn, you roll a 1 on the black die. So I guess we're talking about top group and twin 4s. That means the driver in the top group goes there. So does Tony Stewart and Paul Menard just stay here? I guess Greg Biffle screwed up and he's the only one that goes to the end?
Why is this what's happening during tire changing time?
Because all the drivers are coming off the track and they're only allowed to drive at a certain speed. So during tire changing time or bumper or whatever it is, those crews are trying to get the cars back on the track as absolutely fast as they can, which means as drivers are coming into the pit lane, they might be able to get their tires changed faster than somebody else that went in before them and get back out ahead of them. So we're trying to figure out how they're jockeying for position. Okay, so we're going to just do Greg Biffle because I guess that's how that works. And then fill the spots pre-described in the trouble section. So trouble is escape rating. Is that right? That's problem. Each driver is given escape rating. Trouble. You roll the 2 metallic dice for each driver.
Woo! Guys, I am falling apart.
You're okay. If you would like to head out, I will continue to mess with this myself.
But I want to know what happens.
I know you do. The black die will determine which group of drivers gets the opportunity to gain advantage through the expertise of their pit crew. So we rolled a 5, right?
Yeah.
We rolled a 5. I don't know what that means. Move the driver to the end of the bottom group. Sure. Then proceed with pit turn. Fill the open space on the game board as outlined in trouble. All right. I'm still definitely getting something wrong here. But we're just going to do fill a gap. We're going to do the fill the gap. So these guys all move up. And then we're going to roll red for Tony Stewart.
Okie dokie.
Go for it. Roll red for Tony Stewart. We're going to find out if he gets to move his way up. He does not. Roll for Paul Menard. He does. All right, so Paul Menard gets ahead here. Got ahead of Tony Stewart. Sorry there, buddy. You weren't fast enough. And now we're going to roll red for Eric Jones. Find out if he gets to move his way up. He does. You don't want Eric Jones back in the middle group? I'm tired of Eric Jones. Ugh. I don't want to move the cards. That's the best part. All right. Check to see which group has a chance for a fast pit. On a black die roll of 1 or 2, you'll check the top drivers and the leader. Would we roll a 5? Oh my goodness, what happened? Everybody's gonna crash into the wall. We're not even gonna know where anybody went. Just think, Danica Patrick's not even in the race to crash into the wall. On a black roll of 6, you'll check TV drivers. What? Why are pit turns so difficult? All right, this says on a black die roll of 5, which is what we have there, you'll check both top and middle groups and the leader. Okay, once you determine, so we're checking these groups here. Once you determine which groups the driver have the opportunity of fast pit, each driver in that group will get a roll using the metallic, comparing it fast. If you roll a dice result equal to or less than the fast pit, driver is given a performance chip. If you roll a dice equal to or less than the fast pit, they get a chip. Once you've rolled all the dice and have placed all the performance chips, you'll reorder the drivers in both the top and middle groups by placing drivers with performance chips in the higher positions.
Do I need to move the cards again?
Not down at the bottom. You should not. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. So we're looking at all these guys here, okay? And we're going to be looking at their fast pit. If their number is higher than what we get, they get a chip. All right. Got a chip for Jimmy Johnson. He's got a 9. He gets a performance chip. Now we're rolling for Ryan Blaney. He's only got a 6, but he gets one. He's got to roll a 4. Now we're giving a chip to Mark Martin, maybe. Nope, no chip for Mark Martin. How about Carl Edwards? That's an 8. Is it equal to? It is equal to or less than. Carl Edwards gets a chip. Look at all these guys getting performance chips. As a 7, good for Dale Earnhardt Jr. How about Kyle Busch? 9. Oh my. Paul Menard. No chip for Paul Menard. Now we're doing that to Tony Stewart. No chip for Tony Stewart. Matt Kenseth. He gets a chip. Matt Kenseth gets a chip. Martin Truex Jr. Nothing. No. Yes, Martin Truex Jr. gets one. We got a 5. Clint Boyer gets one. Right there. Michael McDowell does not get one. Poor Michael McDowell. How's he even up here still? He stinks. That's a 7. Ryan Newman gets him.
What's so stinky about Michael?
He's only got a 2 gas pedal. He's got no brakes. He's only got 2 skills and a trophy that's bronze and a letter E. He's also very slow at pitting. So somehow he's
also very
yeah. All right, Daniel Suarez, what do we got? No Daniel Suarez. How about Kurt Busch? Kurt Busch gets one. Brian Vickers gets one. Joey Logano gets one. Brad Keselowski gets one.
Wow.
Eric Jones does not get one. All right, so that's all our performance chips. All right, so we're going to reorder these drivers here. Carl Edwards moves up. Dale Earnhardt moves up. Kyle Busch moves up. I guess Mark Martin just kind of falls into 6th. I guess that's right. And then Tony Stewart. Bow, bow, bow. Is that right? And Kurt Busch who's going to go here.
What round?
Hold on. And then Vickers. And then Joey Logano. And then Brad Keselowski. All these guys with their little performance chips here. I think that's right. I think that was our order. Okay. So now all these guys have come out of their groups much faster. And there's one last thing we need to do on a pit. It says the final step is a challenge for the lead from among drivers in the top group. Roll the black die to determine which driver gets to challenge the race leader. So Jimmy Johnson coming out of the pits here might lose the lead. Roll the black die. Roll black die. We're going to find out who it is. All right. Our person challenging the leader is down on the floor again. Come on. It's a 5. Mark Martin is challenging Jimmy Johnson for the lead. We're rolling for the gas pedal. If the red die is equal to or less than the challenger's gas pedal, challenger switch position. Here we go. It's a 2. But Jimmy Johnson is going to spend his performance chip. He's staying in the lead. Mark Martin could not take the spot from him, but Jimmy Johnson gets to hold the spot. Jimmy Johnson is our leader. We are 7 laps in. Okay. Laundry basket. Okay. There we go. We are 7 laps in. Guess what? We're probably only going to do a third of this race, and then we'll come back to it later, or I'll finish it later, or something. All right. Next. Here we go.
Down here all have performance chips. It's kind of like it was perfect.
Though they're doing great. Look how far back Chase Elliott is. All right, we got our black. Here we go.
What's so great about Chase
Elliott? Well, he's usually pretty good. He's got a gold trophy.
Is Chase Elliott like one of the best?
All right, we got a 5. That's the bottom group. We haven't looked at the bottom group in a while. Number 7. What's number 7? 8. I'm sorry. What's 8? Doing a skill check. Skill check. Ready? Here we go.
Food snack.
Here we go. Skill check on Greg Biffle.
I've done this in a while. Greg Biffle. I like that last name. Biffle. Red. White.
He's got the gas.
Blue.
He's against odd Brad Keselowski. But guess what? Does he have to spend it? He's got 2 stars. He's got more brakes than he doesn't even need to worry about spending it. He's good. Skill check for Chase Elliott. He's got the gas. 3 odd. Brian Vickers. 5 brake. He loses his spot, right?
Brian Vickers?
Why can't we remember this? Why can't I remember this?
I don't know.
I don't know. Why? Why does this fall out of my head?
Only human.
I don't know why this cannot stick in my head. I'm just going to, if equal to or less than the driver's rating, he fends it off. So no, he loses his spot. However, it's a 3 odd. He's going to spend it and he's going to keep his spot.
Woo.
Brian Vickers stays. Now we got a Kevin Harvick roll. 2, 6, 6, 2, 6. Oh, no, Daniel Suarez. I'm sorry there, sir.
Who's Daniel Suarez?
This is Daniel Suarez, and he has lost his spot to Kevin Harvick.
Who's Daniel Suarez? Is he important?
That's Daniel Suarez.
Who's Daniel Suarez?
He's a race car driver.
Important? Like, why are like, oh no?
Well, no. I mean, the trophies generally indicate how good these drivers are. He's one that probably wouldn't qualify for every race. We're going for a Denny Hamlin skill check.
Why do some of them have trophies?
Because that determines how good they are at actually driving. Denny Hamlin, that's a 5. He's still good. We got a white, 2, odd, 3, 1, 2. He's also got skill, so he's got a 3. He holds off. Ryan Newman's good. Nothing. Eric Amarola. Oh, no, he doesn't have enough gas. Sorry, Eric. Chris Boucher. I don't know who you are. He's got enough gas. It's equal to.
I said enough gas.
Oh, okay. 2.
And then two section, and then we're going to the odd half.
Uh-oh, we're going after Ryan Newman again. Uh-oh, Ryan Newman's not going to get it. He doesn't have the break, but he's going to spend his performance chip, so he's going to hold his spot. Kyle Larson. He's got the gas. 4. Even Joey Logano. We're just going to burn away all these performance chips. It's a 1. He's got more than enough break for it. He's good. Who else we got? David Reagan. We've not heard his name at all. Does not have the gas. Sorry, David Reagan. Skill. David Gilliland. We're going to go to another David. He's got the gas. 2. Odd. Ryan Newman. 2 stars. But he's got skill. 3. He's equal. He fends it off. Nothing. Jeff Gordon.
All right. He has got the gas, and he's going against 3, and he's going against the even one, and he's going against Kurt Busch, and he's got this
1 break.
plus this performance chip here.
He's got to spend his performance chip to keep his spot. Oh man, all these guys coming out of the pits are Casey Mears. We haven't heard from him in a little while, driving his Geico car.
I think my favorite car of all the cars. Where's the rainbow car?
Is it the M&M car? Yeah, that's an M. That's M&M.
This guy's my favorite. He's got rainbow gas too.
4. He does not have the gas. Sorry, Casey Mears. And Austin Dillon, you're our last one here. 3. He's clear for gas. 4 on the odd side is Brad Keselowski. He definitely doesn't have the gas to break himself or the brakes, so he's going to have to spend it. But that's all that happens in that turn. Not a lot happened. A bunch of guys just spent their performance chips and kind of held themselves in place.
Remember how I said earlier that every single one in this bottom section here was filled?
Uh-huh.
Not anymore.
No, you're right. There were a bunch of guys there in that middle section spent.
We lost 4 performance chips.
All right, we are on to turn number 9. Turn 9. Ooh, time to start looking at this top group. Let's go.
All right, let's vote the group.
So when does...
Is the top group trying to get to first?
Oh, no, it's a top group problem, though. Oh, no. So when do we...
We have a top group problem. We have some...
The race leader is never selected by the race cam. The race leader is never selected by the race cam. Top, middle, or bottom. Top. The top problem. All right. So we're going to our problem chart. Right? Problem chart. Top driver. Red die indicates specific driver unless doubles. Roll red and white. It's going to tell us who's got a problem in the top. It used red die, so 5. Mark Martin, he's in trouble again. You ready? Roll him again. We're going to find out what our problem is. What's our problem, Mark Martin? 13. Multiple problems, unable to continue. Oh, no. Mark Martin is out of the race. What is this, turn 9? Well, we've got to do our fill the gap thing.
Did you guys hear my sound? Like Napoleon Dynamite,
He's multiple problems and a DNF. Sorry there, Mark Martin. You're out, my dude. Womp, womp. Mark Martin is out. I think we fill the gap, right? Because it doesn't say anything about a yellow flag. He's just kind of putted his way off, right? So now we have to find out if Matt Kenseth can move up. That's right. So Paul Menard automatically moves up. Now we roll red die. It's a 5. Matt Kenseth moves up, takes his performance chip with him. All right, we're starting to get this. We're slowly starting to get there. Want to roll for Matt D. For what that guy?
Matt, hold on.
For whatever reason, I can't say his name.
Hold on, guys. Okay.
Here, roll for Matt.
I can't pick up the card.
We're gonna call him Matt.
Can you guys read that?
It's super blurry. It's not focusing.
It's Dibenedetto. Dibendetto.
Most of the people playing probably know who it is. Here we go. We're rolling for Matt.
Matt Dibendetto.
Matt has enough gas. He gets to move up even with only his 3 pedals. Oh my goodness, Matt. Jeff Gordon's slowly moving his way up this.
Not very slowly, actually.
Poor Jeff Gordon. But look at this. My TV drivers here are slowly working their way up too as all these other drivers crash their way out or fail. Their engines fail. I mean, that's what happened. That's just what happened to Mark Martin. He at least didn't crash. His engine crapped out. All right. That was the end of the 9th turn. Ready? 10. Want to roll? All right, what do we got? Anything good? 2 is a top group, right? 2's top group. We got a 6. What's 6? Star. All right. So we are looking here, starting right here. Matt Kenseth is a star. He's challenging for the lead, right? That's how this works?
Yeah, I think so. Well, that's what we'd be challenging for.
Oh. Yeah, right. Because they're just challenging for the lead, and it's going to be the break bonus. That is the thing that he's going to get an extra bump out of. All right. Does he have the gas? He's got the gas.
What was that?
Who's he challenging for? Hold on.
He's challenging Jimmy Jenkins.
Jimmy Jenkins.
Oh, why do I say Jimmy Johnson? Jimmy freaking Jenkins.
This is the trailing driver.
Jenkins.
Multiple challenges. Yeah, let's see. Resulting. Filling a gap. When you roll a 3 on the black die and a total of 7 takes place in the middle. For each driver, roll triples.
Hello.
Stop. A black roll of 1 indicates the top group. So, filling a gap, resolving quality challenges.
Comment the word Labani.
Yeah, so what I need to know is so top group here. Right, so we rolled our metallics. Race leader is never selected by Cam. Adding the metallic dice together tells you which section. We know which option is supposed to come up. So then it goes rare results over here. For each driver with the indicated quality in the indicated group, roll the red, white, and blue. Red, white, blue. Multiple challenges. Here, let's see. Here we go. The race cam chart calls for a challenge from the top group using skill. Ryan Newman's in the top, has still skill quality, so he's going to trace the leader. So that's what it is. So yeah, it's going to be the leader. White 2's ignored. All right, so if it's top group, we ignore the white. So, Lily, he's got the gas. Matt Kenseth has the gas. Jimmy Johnson has 4 breaks, though, plus a skill check. He's got 5. Ain't nobody taking that job from Jimmy Johnson. He is
Jenkins.
Jimmy Jenkins.
He's arrested.
All right, we're doing, is it skill? Star. 6? Star. We're doing star. Not a star. Kyle Busch's roll. Here we go, Kyle Busch. It's a 6.
M&M car.
Oh, no. He doesn't have the gas. Kyle Busch does not have the gas.
No.
Right? Yeah, the gas has to be more than or equal to.
Busch and Kyle Busch related.
Yes.
Ooh, like brothers?
Here we go. Got a 5.
Oh, my 2
Dale
favorite cars are
Earnhardt.
related. My 2 favorite cars are related.
Hold up. What do performance chips do for an aggressive driver? How do they, or not aggressive, but like for a driver can use a performance chip to win a challenge. For example, Paul Menard in the middle group, Jimmy Johnson in the top group. The challenge fails on 2 level. However, Menard has a okay, so this is what's actually going to happen. Matt Kenseth was our first guy to go, but he's going to spend it to take it from Jimmy Johnson. Right? And then Kyle Busch also lost it. He's spending his to take it from Matt Kenseth. What is going on at this top of the grid?
Oh my gosh, Kyle Busch is in the top.
Kyle Busch is in the lead. We have to roll here for Dale Earnhardt Jr. He's got the gas. He's got the brakes, but guess what? Dale Earnhardt Jr. is taking the top spot. Sorry, Kyle Busch. Carl Edwards is not a star. Ryan Blaney is a star. What's going to happen? I think we're doing this right. Here we go. It's a 5. He's got the gas. It's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's a 6 on the blue. He can't hold him off. Ryan Blaney has taken first place.
What is happening? This is like the most chaotic thing ever.
This is mayhem.
This, guys, this is insane.
So that was Jimmy Johnson
This is like
was
all
the
other
leader
YouTubers
through
are gonna be
9.
Like, all the other YouTubers are going to be like Bob Ross. They're going to be like, he's going to have a little friend, so we're going to give him, he needs a little friend, so we're going to give him a little friend. And then we're like,
Yes, it's a happy little performance chip, just like Bob Ross. You're right. Everyone else playing red, white, and blue racing is not screaming as loud as we are. It is wild up in here. We've already had 2 crashes. Chase Elliott cuts a tire and needs to roll his way to the back. And we've got a new race leader after 10 turns. 10 turns. We're going to finish the first third. We got 4 more turns to go, but I think we're starting to be to the point where we kind of know what we're doing.
yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
And then, except we're going to still keep going and forgetting what the blue one means.
Here we go. Group 1, we're back in the top group again with an 8. What's 8?
8 means skill.
We're doing a skill check. Jimmy Johnson, he wants that first position back. Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson.
Red,
like,
white, blue. Jimmy has the gas. 6, but Ryan Blaney, actually, yeah, Ryan Blaney is going to use his performance chip to make sure he doesn't lose that spot because he definitely doesn't have 6. Skill check. Paul Menard. Let's go, buddy. Red, white, blue. It's a 5. He doesn't have the gas. Sorry, Paul Menard. Skill check for Matt Kenseth. 3, 5, 3. He's got the gas. 2 breaks. He's got 2 bonus. That's all he's got. Better than or equal to. He gets to hold him off. That's crazy town. He couldn't. Ryan Blaney's got no breaks, but he gets buff of 2 because he's in the lead. And that's all that he needed. Woo! Doggy! Kurt Busch. Can Kurt Busch take it from Ryan Blaney? Right? Oh, no. Because, or I'm sorry, Kyle Busch. Wrong Busch. He's got the gas. And that's a 6. Sorry, Ryan Blaney. Kyle Busch has taken the lead from you. No skill. Dale Earnhardt Jr., go for it. Roll our red, white, and blue. What's happened with Dale Earnhardt Jr.? On Lillian.
Are you kidding me?
Do you have holes in your hands?
I think
You need to stand up. I can't see it.
All right, guys.
You you keep looking back at the computer to be like, am I on TV? Am I on TV?
And then I'm gonna come back with like Michael Mazowski and then find out I actually wasn't on
All
TV.
right, did it roll down there?
And all you see is my hand. It'll be like I was on TV.
We have a
This is what happens when you give him out.
Houston. We have a problem. We are missing a blue die. It's got to be out of there. It's got to be.
It's a Lego person.
I'm not worried about the Lego
Oh, I found
person.
it. I found it.
Okay, good.
What is this?
I don't know. Here, come back up. It's a business card. All right. Yep. All right. Here we go. All right, let's try this roll again. We're rolling for Dale Earnhardt Jr. You got to get a good roll. That doesn't count. All on the table.
Lego person.
Yes, one of a Star Wars X-Wing flyer.
He's gonna chill here.
X-Wing pilot. You can pretend that that's Greg Biffle.
Okay. This is Greg Biffle.
All right, we got a 1 on gas. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is good. Kyle Busch has 4 brakes.
Okay.
He holds off. No, yes,
Wait.
he's got 4 against. Actually, technically, he's got 5 because he's also got the skill. So Kyle Busch gets to hold the lead after 11 races. Sorry, Ryan Blaney, you only have led the race for 1 lap. Kyle Busch.
Ryan Blaney is gonna be like.
He's going to be feuding. All right. We are on turn 12. Black and, yep, and black right here. There we go. What do we got?
Gonna roll closer to the table.
Duel, your favorite.
Cool.
All right. So I don't remember how duels work, right? So duel, we only had one of them so far. A duel.
We had 2.
2
They were
duels?
They were back-to-back duels.
I believe you. Pit turns, duel results. All right. Which driver? Oh, so it's a 7. 7. Oh no, something else. We don't know how this works. It says fuel and feud. We got a fume and feud. Fume and feud. Some duel results capture the overheated driver emotions that often make headlines. Check the fume feud list on your score sheet. If there's more than one, then roll. All right, so there's, please don't do that. It looks like there is nobody. I do not have any fuming or feuding drivers. Nothing happens. Simply proceed to the next turn. Great, nothing's happened. We'll get there eventually. Drive, race number 13. Roll again. Go for it. 4. 4 is a middle group. And we got a 6. Means we're going against the star check. All right, here we go. Is he a star? Nope. Nope. Kevin Harvick's a star. We got a 6. He does not have the gas. Not star. Tony Stewart's a star. He's got the gas. He's going for number 2. He's looking to take that spot from Carl Edwards, who only has 2 brakes, but he's going to spend it. Carl Edwards holds his spot. Brad Keselowski, star. He's got the gas against Paul Menard with a 5. Sorry, Paul, you don't have it. Brad Keselowski takes your spot. Brad Keselowski took it from Paul Menard. Joey Logano's a star. I want to roll for Joey Logano. All right, let's see. What do we got, Joey? Oh, my goodness. 5, he's got the gas. 4, Matt Kenseth. And a 5 brakes. That's bad news for Matt Kenseth. Joey Logano's moving up. Brian Vickers. He's a star. Here we go. Oh, no. My turn to drop it. 5, 2, 5. He does not have the gas. Kurt Busch is not a star. Ryan Newman's a star. Not gas. He fails the check. Clint Boyer doesn't have the gas, but he can use his chip. He's rolling against Dale Earnhardt Jr. He is moving up regardless. Performance chip. He's taking the spot from Dale.
When did you get the idea of what you're supposed to do with performance chips? Because like earlier you were saying, I don't know what we're supposed to do.
I don't know how you get them. Performance chips basically make it so that if the driver was going to lose something, they can use it to win it. So they only get to use it one time, but they can stack a bunch of chips so they could have multiple of them on them. Martin is not a star, so we are all done. Staying in the lead there is Kyle Busch. This is going to be the last lap of our first third of the Great Wolf Lodge 400.
Third.
But we know what we're doing now. The game can move, kind of. All right. Let's see how it goes.
I'm hoping that we can get something here with Greg Biffle.
You want to do something with Greg Biffle? All right, let's go. What do we got?
It's
That's a duel. Number 9. Is that what we got? Number 9. Number 5 cars in the middle group right here. So I guess we're starting. It's Michael McDowell. He's gonna try to take this. He's gonna try to take this spot from Martin Truex Jr.
I feel like Michael McDowell
He's done nothing, and he's just kind of hiding in the middle of the race. So, we have to go back to the rule book. I think so. We know what we check against, right? So he's targeting there. If red die is equal to or less, then he wins the duel. Is equal to or less than the gas. Michael McDowell flippin' wins the duel with his 2. Well, hold on. No. Martin Truex Jr. is who he went after. I should have sent him after Dale Earnhardt Jr. because he's got the performance chip. There was no way he was going to use it. But, whew, Michael McDowell. Can you use a performance chip in a duel? You've got to imagine you have to be able to, right? A driver can use a performance chip to win a challenge or duel, to fend off the duel. I'm assuming that a performance chip held off on a duel, I'm going to treat it like there is no trouble because he's using, well, no, he should be, see, technically he didn't lose that. Do you think okay, house rule. Michael McDowell would have won against Martin Truex Jr. if he hadn't had a chip. Normally, when someone loses a duel, they go through trouble. Do you think Michael McDowell would be in trouble because he lost to Martin Truex Jr., who had a performance chip? My gut says yes, because he pushed it and lost because he had to super push it using his chip to hold him off. Do you think Michael McDowell has to go through the trouble?
But I want Michael McDowell to be like, no.
I know. I want him to move up too, but I don't think he's going to get to. Do you think he's got to go through trouble?
I think.
Do you think that's fair? Or do you think he has to hold? He's safe because he didn't technically lose it. I think Michael McDowell's got to go through trouble.
No, Michael McDowell.
All right, so we got to roll 2 for. Want to roll for escape? Michael McDowell has an escape of 8. No!
What happened?
Oh, hold on. You roll it against the leader. If the die roll is equal to or less than a driver's escape, he avoided the event. It's not. In case we have to roll to see if he gets collected in the crash. We have to find out if he can be repaired. This is the first third. Michael McDowell has an E. Oh no, Michael McDowell.
Michael McDowell. No wonder he's got that.
All right, go ahead and roll. He's got to have a. Hold on. He's got to have a score of 3 or less to stay in the race.
Guys, this is the final.
This is the last turn of the first third of the race. Does Michael McDowell get out of trouble? No! Michael McDowell crashes or something. What turn is this? 14?
Yeah.
14 M. McDowell DNF. He did not finish. If one or more cars are troubled, get a yellow flag. Yellow flag comes out, nothing else happens, but we do a fill the gap to fill in this board. So this guy comes up, this guy comes up, this guy comes up, and Austin Dillon gets a chance here. There you go, roll it for us.
Doesn't matter which side we use.
It's a 2. Austin Dillon is in the clear. He's got the gas to move up. How about Austin Dillon? Michael McDowell, I'm sorry, sir. You have crashed out.
Michael McDowell.
But here come our TV drivers slowly working their way up from the back of the pack. Greg Biffle's sitting all the way back here at the back end being like,
Lego guy.
Ian Malcolm go. All right. So assuming I've done everything correctly here, which I probably have not, here is where we stand at the end of the first third of this 40 lap race or 40 turn race. Kyle Busch is in the lead position, followed by Clint Boyer, Carl Edwards, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr., Ryan Newman, Kurt Busch in 11th place, Brian Vickers, Matt Kenseth, Paul Menard, and Tony Stewart, Kevin Harvick, Eric Jones, Matt Dibin, and then Austin Dillon finds himself in 19th. He's climbed himself out of the bottom group. Our bottom group is made up of Landon Castle, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Casey Mears, Jeff Gordon, Jamie McMurray, Jeff Burton, Dave Gilliland, Marcos Ambrose, David Reagan, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, AJ Allmendinger, Chris Boucher, Eric Almirola, Casey Kane, Juan Pablo Montoya, Bobby Labonte, Denny Hamlin, Daniel Suarez, Chase Elliott, and pulling up the rear in 41st place is Greg Biffle. Is that right? 41st?
I am Greg Biffle.
Yes, because technically, is that right? Hold uppy. Why does that number not feel right? This is 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, so he is 40. Greg Biffle's in 40th place. In the first third of this race, we've had Danica Patrick crash into the wall and not finish during turn 5.
It's very depressing.
Mark Martin had multiple engine problems and did not finish on turn 9. And then Michael McDowell, he couldn't repair himself as a result of trouble from a duel that he lost to Martin Truex Jr. That was my own fault. He should have gone up against Dale Earnhardt Jr., but he went for the sun and got too close and burnt. So that's where we're going to stop, because this has been a long recording for one third of a race. But
How
you know
long
what?
have we been down here?
I don't know. We've been going for just shy of 2 hours.
2 hours.
That's where we stand. That was a good time. But that was wild. Let's see. I want to know now. So Jimmy Johnson started in pole. He's still in the top group. Greg Biffle started in second, and he's in dead last.
Wait. He started in
second, and he's all the way in last place.
How did that happen?
Let's see. Mark Martin's out of the race. Paul Menard fell into the middle group. Dale Earnhardt Jr. fell in the middle group. Kyle Busch is currently leading the race. So that's who our top guys are. Where was Clint Boyer to start? Boyer started in 12th. Carl Edwards started in 9th. Ryan Blaney, 17th. Joey Logano started in 20th. So Joey Logano was down here to start, and he finds himself up here in 4th place, 5th place. Brad Keselowski, where was Keselowski? 11th. And then Jimmy Johnson was pole.
That was the first third of the Great Wolf Lodge 400.
I may find myself back down here later tonight to continue to work on this.
No, I want to do it with you.
All right, I'm turning this off now for anybody that's stuck around forever. I'm sorry that if the microphone got too hot at some point, I'll figure it out. Goodbye.
Bye.